Swadika, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear.
Yes.
Sawadika.
Sawadika.
Okay, I think our friend Xuân Lan is ready for her question. Dạ, xin mời chị Xuân Lan ạ.
Dạ, kính thưa Achan, kính thưa chú John và cô Sarah. Con muốn quay trở lại cái về thập nhị nhân duyên ạ. Bởi vì con hiểu là trong thập nhị nhân duyên là nói về các cái quan hệ về nhân và quả. Thì trong cái thời nhân của hiện tại và cho quả của tương lai thì có hai cái mắt xích là mắt xích ái và thủ. Thì cả hai cái đó đều là nhân hết và nó đều là phiền não hết. Nhưng con thấy đó thì cả hai nó đều là thực tại của nó đều là tham hết, lopa hết. Nhưng mà tại vì sao mà nó lại có hai cái mắt xích riêng lẻ như vậy ạ? Con xin hỏi Achan và ông bà Chansara có thể giảng thêm cho chúng con ạ.
Dạ vâng, cảm ơn chị. So she'd like to have a question on Paticca Samuppada again. And as we know, in the Paticca Samuppada, there are two links, Tanha and Upadana. And as we know, they both refer to Loba. But why they are mentioned separated as two separate links? So that is her question. Thank you.
As I understand in this connection, as you mentioned, they're both Loba Cetasika. But now, for example, pleasant feeling, clinging instantly to pleasant feeling, clinging to what is experienced through the different sense doors, just ordinary Loba. But this Loba, the ordinary Loba, accumulates, the Tanha accumulates until it is strong Loba Upadana. So the Upadana is the stronger Loba, strong enough to condition speech, deeds that can bring results. So it's just pointing out how the ordinary Loba becomes a habit and accumulates conditioning, stronger Loba Upadana in this connection. I think last time, I forget if it was in this discussion or the other one, we talked about the 4 Upadanas, the 3 of which are with wrong view. But Loba is of many degrees. But perhaps Ajahn may like to add more.
Yeah. If there's no understanding at all of what is there now, can there be a moment of understanding Paticca Samuppada? Even talking about Loba or Upadana, is it there now? Is it Paticca Samuppada? So Paticca Samuppada is not the word, but it's the reality arising and falling away by conditions on and on and on. Previous life, condition this life. And what is that? This life, condition next life. The link, see, from past to present and present to future, on and on and on and on. So learn about what is there as the link, avijja, condition, sankhara. What life? What link? See, not just the word. It means that without past life or previous life, how can there be this life? How come? So avijja and sankhara in the past condition the moment of birth, and on and on and on. And what are there in this life? The link to future life. How come future life to be without what are there now, and included that which has been accumulated, ready to
condition the result. So the Paticca is the condition for what is there from the past up to now and to the future. Without lopa in this life, can there be next life? No lopa, no upadana, no bhava anymore. So,
dạ thưa, nếu như không có tham, không có hữu thì sẽ không có kiếp sống kế tiếp ạ. Không có sanh ra.
Without loba, without bhava, then there would be no further birth, Ajahn.
again, please. Are we talking about Paticca or what on the subject?
She just answered your question. She said that if there's no loba, no bhava, then no more birth.
Right, or even now. Is there now Paticca? Nama and Rupa, conditioned by Yana, Patisanti Vijnana. And as there is Nama and Rupa, there is Phassa right now. The same as past life, previous life, and the same will be for future life, exactly the same. As what condition this life, what condition next life? Avisha this life, clinging this life, upadana this life, condition next life. So when there is the understanding of conditions for whatever arises, no doubt at all, that is Dhamma, because they are there by conditions. They are already there by conditions. That's the way it is. Anatta. No one can make it arise at all because in truth, it's conditioned by many different conditions. The more understanding about the conditions is the way to wearing away gradually, little by little, the wrong idea of something there now. Because it's only that which is seen. Each word is so subtle. The truth is the truth. So how far from the ultimate truth, the absolute truth of this moment, each different ones, by different conditions. They are there. So no doubt about what are there at all. Learn about citta, citasikas, the difference in a moment, different from other moment, by different conditions. So it's the conditioned reality. Nothing can be changed to be something permanent with this person or that person. Impossible. Dhamma is Dhamma. No matter who knows it, understands it or not, it's there as it is. So learn a little more to have the confidence of the truth of Dhamma. It's real, it's there by conditions, that's all. It's not anyone's matter at all. It's just like that. But wrong understanding takes it for I or someone or something. So learn to understand whether is it true? Can seeing belong to anyone? Can seeing be someone? It's gone. That's why learn to understand wrong understanding is real, it cannot understand the truth of what is there at all. Never understand the truth. It's wrong understanding. And conditioned by attachment and ignorance. No one there at all. So what is there as I in the seeing? Until seeing is seeing, no one there. So now what is seen? Many things. The face, the wall, the window. But in truth, not anything in seeing and that which is seen at all. Learn to be true to the truth, little by little, to realize the truth, not by eye, but the understanding develop on and on and on, unknowingly, unexpectedly, by no one at all, but by conditions, until it's the moment of direct awareness with understanding of what is there right now as it is, anytime. So understand how much ignorance and attachment to that which appears as something, how long the I is taken out of that. Never take it as something permanent at all. Not anything at all. Only that which cannot be changed. It's that which is seen. And deeper than that, where is it? See, what is seen is quite far, but in truth, it does not appear as it is, because it's far from the moment when it is seen. Is that right? Is there doubt? See, no matter what is there in life, it is a reality. It's a Dhamma, not my doubt anymore. But before there's doubt, there's no doubt. See, and there is doubt. How come? To be doubt a reality which cannot make decision at all to the truth of what is there as it is. Is seeing I, or that which sees, and that which sees doesn't appear yet. Learn to understand what is that does not appear. So there cannot be the understanding of seeing. If seeing does not appear as just that which experiences, the object cannot be that to be known. Otherwise, it's not the beginning to attain to the seeing itself. That's right. Learn to understand deeper and deeper about one reality, each reality, little by little, to get closer to the truth, which is so deep. The more understanding, the truth is deeper and deeper, subtle, more subtle, on and on and on, until right understanding is so sharp, so keen, so bright, knows all what is there as it is, which hasn't been known before. Like seeing is not known before that it is not anyone, it's not I right now. So now, what are there? Not previous moment. Who knows how deep it is? As soon as it has risen, it falls away instantly. succeeded so rapidly that no one knows the next reality is there, not at will, but by conditions. So learn to understand what is there as a reality is conditioned, and also it is condition itself. Otherwise, how can there be condition if that which is not there as is not conditioned for what arises together or later? So learn to understand the truth, which is there any moment, even right now, all around, and not anything but all Dhamma, in and around, everywhere. No matter what happens or appears in daily life, it's a Dhamma, for sure. No one there. So is there you? Where are you? Are you there? See, ignorance, attachment, wrong understanding. From life to life, moment to moment, years to years. So very enormous. As soon as whatever is there is something instantly, because no understanding of anything there at all. So listen to the word, the teachings of the enlightened one. If there's no understanding of what is there right now, there can never be the understanding of the virtues of the Buddha at all. But at moment of understanding the truth, it's the moment of begin to know who's the Buddha. So now, who's the Buddha? The enlightened truth of what is there, no matter what, deeper and more subtle than anything can imagine. Because only right understanding can understand the truth. How much virtues of the enlightened one by himself, the enlightened one, who shared his understanding with the others. Each word so deep. Dhamma, see, all Dhammas, it means whatever is real is Dhamma, all Dhammas are anatta. Why it cannot be anything or anyone? It's there and gone instantly, never to arise again, never to be found again at all, from then on. But it seems like it's still there. See how much ignorant of the truth without the teachings, the words of the enlightened one. How can there be any understanding of the truth of what is there right now as it is, little by little? So we study the word of truth, of what is there right now. No need to look for it, it's there right now. Is there seeing?
Yes, yes, Ajahn.
Is it known that it's not I?
Dạ, no, Ajahn. Vẫn chưa ạ.
Yeah, even it's so true, it's not known. But the truth can be realized little by little, developing on and on and on, from moment of understanding to the moment of realizing the nature of it. because firm confident of the truth of it, little by little. So, is there any question? Even that is Dhamma. Is there any question? All are Dhammas. And what is Dhamma then? It can be studied. It's real. So now, is there any question?
Chị Xuân Lan có thắc mắc gì thêm không ạ?
Cái phần này thì chị hết thắc mắc rồi Tâm. Có ai có câu hỏi nào bổ sung không thì mời quý đạo hữu ạ. Có hỏi thêm về trong cái vấn đề này không ạ? Chủ đề này không?
Cô Trúc Thanh muốn hỏi đúng không ạ? Con mời cô ạ.
Dạ. Chào cha Nông Trôn và Sarah. Dạ, tiếp nối với cái chủ đề này thì con muốn hỏi là như vậy thì những cái duyên thì có được xem như là nhân hay không? Ví dụ như là cái thấy hiện giờ nó là khoảnh khắc đó là cái quả nhưng mà cái quả trong bây giờ mình không hiểu thì trong tương lai mình cũng không hiểu. Như vậy thì những cái nhân đó thì cái duyên đó thì có thể được xem là cái nhân không ạ?
Ý của cô chẳng hạn như là cái thấy có phải là nhân cho tương lai không nhỉ? Nó chỉ là quả thôi ạ. Quả thì chỉ là quả, không thể là nhân ạ.
Dạ,
Chỉ
nhưng
có
mà
thiện bất thiện là nhân thôi ạ.
dạ, nhưng mà khoảnh khắc của cái thấy đó là quả, nhưng mà nếu mà mình không hiểu á, thì trong tương lai mình cũng không hiểu. Thì Thanh muốn hỏi là cái đó nó là những cái duyên
Thì
như
cái
vậy.
không hiểu, thì cái không hiểu, ý của câu hỏi là cái không hiểu về cái thấy thì có phải là nhân không, đúng không ạ?
Dạ.
Okay, sister has a follow-up question. Now they are seeing, and seeing are vipaka. But if there's no understanding of seeing, then that ignorance is the cause for future, right?
I think Ajahn made a good point at the beginning that if there's no understanding of what appears now, no matter what details we read about in Paticca Samuppada, no matter what terms are used, it won't be understood. So seeing is now. Is there any understanding of seeing? As you mentioned, it's result, it's vipaka. And most of the time now, as Suan Van said, it's taken for my seeing. There's no understanding of the Dhamma of seeing. So because of ignorance before, there continues to be life in samsara. There continue to be moments of seeing, moments of hearing, moments of thinking. And the ignorance, when it arises now, it accumulates. The habit of ignorance is so strongly entrenched. So without understanding, developing understanding of what is true now, the habit of ignorance just continues on. And because of ignorance, all kinds of akusala arise, leading to all kinds of akusala karma, not just weak, ordinary attachment, but strong attachment, strong wrong view. And there are results again and again in future. Life continues on. So it all comes back to understanding what is now, understanding seeing now as a Dhamma, not my seeing, rises and falls away ignorance now, Dhamma, not my ignorance, clinging now, clinging to what is seen, clinging to what is felt now. And the clinging accumulates too, leading to stronger and stronger clinging. So it's this moment. So it's all about understanding what is now as Dhamma, Dharma as Dhamma. And as Ajahn said, this is the truth, whether it's known or not. The truth is that there is just seeing now, there is ignorance now, clinging now, different dharmas arising and falling away, each one arising by conditions, each one the result of previous causes, and each paccupana, and each one is conditioned, paccaya, for other dharmas to arise. And this is the endless cycle, but it all comes back to understanding the truth now. Otherwise, we just get lost in words and terms and details. So is there any understanding now, or is there ignorance now? This is the point. And usually there's no idea, and that is ignorance. So it's daily life, even in Dhamma discussions. Seeing now, ignorance now, clinging now, conditioning, stronger clinging, on and on. Just like the ignorance before was a condition for this life, or deeds in the past that brought the results in this life. So endlessly, the three, vata, the results, the vipaka, condition for the kilesa, condition for karma, stronger, clinging, stronger, defilements, conditioning more, vipaka, more results in future, round and round.
Con mời cô ạ.
Dạ. Vừa rồi bà Sarah có nhắc đến vòng tam tệ luân á, vậy thì cái mối liên hệ giữa cái tam tệ luân với lại cái thập nhị nhân ấy.
Con nghĩ là không phải là tam tuệ luân mà là tam luân ạ.
Dạ, tam luân phiền não luân, nghiệp luân và quả luân. Vậy thì nó liên hệ như thế nào với nhau? Tại vì Thanh thấy nó vừa là nó là nhân, xong rồi lại tiếp tục nó là quả, xong lại tiếp tục nó là nhân. Thì
So you just mentioned about the three vata, the round of karma and vipaka and kilesa. So how are they connected to paticca samuppada? Can you explain more in details? Thank you.
Yes, because this is just the summary of what paticca samuppada is about, because of ignorance and clinging in the past, which was a condition for karma in the past. If there had been no ignorance and no attachment, there wouldn't have been any life in the past. But because of ignorance and clinging, there was life, there was karma, kusala and akusala karma, which brought its results in this life, birth, other vipaka in this life. And because of birth and vipaka in this life, as a result of the past ignorance, there is the accumulation of akusala and kusala, which conditions further karma in this life, which will bring results in the future. So it's on and on, different kinds of kilesa, conditioning karma, bringing its results during life and in lives to come again and again. every reality that arises now is actually conditioned by avijja. Without avijja, there would have been no birth, no life at all. So avijja is a condition for even the seeing, the hearing, for the kusala and akusala that arises in life. So we can see the intricacy of different conditions. And I'd like to make one or two simple comments for Miss Ngok and other newcomers, because I can see Miss Ngok is here again. So I'm glad to welcome you back, Miss Ngok, because last time you mentioned about the losses you've experienced in life, and you asked about what the purpose, the benefit is of studying the Dhamma. And what we're discussing sounds very intricate and complicated, but we're just learning a little more about life and how, because of ignorance now in life and clinging, life continues on. So we think of the death of a family member as being the end of life, but actually life continues on and on endlessly, life to life to life, and actually moment to moment to moment. And the purpose of studying the teachings like now is just to understand a little bit more about life now, to understand that in truth, there are just these different realities that we're discussing, like ignorance and attachment, seeing, hearing, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, happiness, sadness, each one arising by different conditions and each one conditioning other realities. So we learn about the conditioned nature of different dharmas just for the purpose of understanding that in truth, there is no person, there is no I, there is no you, there is no one who can control life even for a moment. No one can stop sadness arising. No one can stop the passing away of what is so pleasant. No one can stop each moment of life, each reality in life as being dukkha, unsatisfactory, because each one is impermanent. So the understanding a little bit more about life now can lead to a little less clinging to the idea that I can control it, I can change it, I can do something, a little more detachment to what is conditioned just the way it is. I don't know if this makes any sense to you at all. So we're just learning about the conditioned nature of different realities, moment to moment, life to life. And it's all about now. Seeing now doesn't arise because I make seeing arise. It arises because there are conditions for seeing. Ignorance doesn't arise now because I wish for there to be ignorance. It arises because the habit of ignorance, of not understanding, has been accumulated lifetime after lifetime. So we just learn a little bit more about how each Dhamma now is conditioned just the way it is. And life, the world, is just in this very moment. What has gone, never to return. The future hasn't come. Life is just at this moment. So is it ignorance or a little bit of understanding now? And it doesn't belong to you or me.
Hình như là trong Zoom không có bạn Ngọc đúng không nhỉ?
Cho chị hỏi thêm cái chỗ này chút xíu cái Tâm.
Dạ mời chị ạ.
Dạ thưa cô Sarah, con Như là chúng ta đã biết đó, thì là vô minh và tham ái làm duyên cho sanh ra. Như vậy thì các vị A La Hán mà khi chưa có bát niết bàn đó, thì cái gì làm duyên để cho các uẩn sanh ra? Vì các vị đó đã diệt hết vô minh, tham ái rồi, thì cái gì làm duyên để cho các uẩn của các vị vẫn tiếp tục sanh ra cho tới khi các vị đó bát niết bàn?
So we know that Lobha or Tanha and Avijja condition rebirth. And in the case of the Arahata, they already eradicate, the Lobha and Avijja. But until they attain Paranibbana, they still have, the Khanda arising and passing away. So her question is, if their Lobha and Avijja have already been eradicated, so how come and what conditions those Khanda should still arise?
So because of past karma for the rest of their life until parinibbana, there are still the results of past kusala and akusala karma for the Buddha and the Arahats, still the result, the seeing, the hearing, the smelling, the tasting, the touching, results of kusala past karma and akusala past karma. Rupas still arising by the different conditions, by temperature, by nutriment, by past karma, and by what have I forgotten? By chitas. In this case, Kiriya chitas, not kusala chitas, not akusala chitas. And Vedana, only pleasant feeling or neutral feeling, but each one is kanda, not akusala, so no unpleasant feeling except for bodily painful feeling. And sanya at each moment. As usual, life continues. Vipaka sanya, no kusala or akusala sanya, but kiriya sanya and sankara, thunders, different sobana chaitasikas, no kusala, no akusala, but sobana chaitasikas, beautiful chaitasikas, kiriya chaitasikas, arising with kiriya chitas, and chitas at each moment, as usual. So life continues on, but no akusala, no kusala, no new karma at all. So at each moment, still 4 nama khandas arising at each moment, still Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, khandas, chaitasikas arising with chitta at each moment, still rupas conditioned like now. But at the end of that life, no more continuation, no more chittas, no conditions for life to continue.
Yeah.
So when you asked before, Sun Lan, about the different chittas of the Arahat, so we discussed no akusala chittas, but still the 18 ahetuka chittas, the rootless chittas, no Mahakusala chittas, but there are the Mahavipaka chittas and there are the Kiriya chittas. Depending on conditions, the Rupa Vachara chittas, the Arupa Vachara chittas. So we just consider what is possible. I'm interested in why you are so interested in the chittas of the Arahats, Sun Lan.
Dạ không ạ. con cũng chỉ là đọc sách rồi con thấy con nhiều khi con có suy tư chút rồi con thấy thắc mắc, con không giải đáp được thì con hỏi thôi à.
Nothing special, because as I go through books and some passages I don't understand myself, so I just ask questions. That's it. Dạ, con xin hỏi, nhà mình có câu hỏi, ai có câu hỏi nào khác nữa không ạ? Tối thứ năm vừa rồi có đọc sách xong coi mọi người có thắc mắc gì không Thanh Tâm? Mời em.
We have a friend in a Cambodian friend in the English discussions who asks a lot of very detailed questions. And so it also, even at those times, what is now? Is it out of understanding or curiosity? Is there lobha? So it's still back to now, no matter whether asking questions or being quiet, or whether curious in this point or that point. Is it for the sake of understanding life now, or is it just that one would like to collect the details so much to have the points clear? So this is just for one's own consideration. What is the chitta now? Is the lobha right now? Is it strong lobha or just a little lobha? Is it the unknown lobha, the asava? So it's daily life, always back to this moment now.
Thanh Tâm có câu hỏi không? Mời em. Không nghe được em ạ. Em đang nói ở trên cho phiên dịch à, hay là em đang nói ở đâu? Không nghe được, không nghe. Nếu mà mọi người ở bên main audio là mọi người không nghe được, chỉ đang nghe trên main audio. Không, chị không nghe được. Mọi người tiếng Việt thì nghe được nhưng mà mọi người bên tiếng Anh sẽ không nghe được. Không nghe được. Anh không nghe được. Không thì em thử nói bên tiếng Việt rồi thì mọi người tiếng Việt sẽ nghe được, còn chị dịch sang tiếng Anh vậy. À đấy, được rồi, được rồi. Vừa rồi vừa nghe được, em nói lại đi.
Dạ vẫn chưa nghe chị Thanh Tâm nói.
Dạ alo.
Ok, em nói đi. Nhưng mà lại bị mất tiếng rồi, nó cứ không được. Không thì em nói bên tiếng Việt như lúc em dịch đi, xong rồi chị nghe bằng tiếng Việt rồi chị dịch sang tiếng Anh vậy. Some technical questions, so we just hold on a little bit. Okay. So Tiny Tom question is about the three kinds of manasikara. because in your previous explanation, I said that among the three kinds of manasikara, one is refers to the Chetasika, and the two others refer to the two kinds of chitta. So can you please explain again and in detail so there can be more understanding? Thank you.
I think that when we talk about manasikara, we are talking about the Chetasika. And we discussed last time, it's not anyone that has or does manasikara. People often discuss about doing yoniso manasikara, but manasikara is the Chetasika that arises with every chitta. So when we discuss the three kinds of manasikara, or when the texts, the commentaries refer to the three kinds, the first kind is referring to the Chetasika that arises with every chitta. So at every moment in life, manasikara arises and it attends to the object as we discuss. The second kind, Padipadaka Manasikara, refers to the Manasikara which arises with the chitta that is the start of the process of chittas. So, for example, when we're talking about the sense door process, the first chitta, the Panchadwara Vajana chitta, is the Padipadaka Manasikara, the Viti Pada Padika Manasikara. It is the foot or the foothold for the other chittas in the process that follows. So the Manasikara, which arises with that first chitta, is the Viti Padipadika Manasikara. The Viti is the process and the Pada is the foot. So sometimes it refers to we talk about the chitta, but actually it's the Chetasika, the Manasikara that arises with the chitta. That is the foot of that process. And at the start of the mind door process, there is the third kind of Manasikara, which is the Javana Padipadaka Manasikara, the first chitta, which is accompanied by Manasikara, conditions the kusala and akusala chetasikas to follow. It is the Manodwara Vajana chitta, and in the sense door process, this has the function of Votapana. So the Votapana chitta is the same kind of chitta, but it has a different function in the sense door process. But it's also the chitta that arises before the kusala and akusala chittas that follow. So it's also the Manasikara Chetasika that arises with that particular chitta, the Manodwara Vajana chitta or the Votapana chitta. So this is how I understand it. We used to talk about one as Manasik, the Chetasika, and two as chittas, but then we looked in the commentaries further, and actually each one is referring to the Manasikara Chetasika, but in particular the Manasikara arising with those particular chittas. This is a very detailed point. So I don't know if Ajahn would like to add more as well.
Sorry, Sarah, maybe I haven't captured all of this, so I will ask them back to making sure that the people understand this point. So maybe she would capture that in Vietnamese. Let's hold on a second.
Đoạn vừa rồi chị lại đang viết cho nên chị cũng không để ý lắm, nhưng mà thì ba cái loại mà manasikara mà vẫn thường nói đến thì là muốn đọc một cái thì là nó nói chung là lúc nào là cũng nói đến tâm sở. Đó, nhưng mà ở trong ba trường hợp, chẳng hạn khi nói đến tâm sở thuần túy và khi mà nói đến tâm sở hướng tâm ở trong cái tâm ngũ môn hướng tâm đầu tiên, đúng không, thì là nó làm cái nó hướng đến đối tượng qua một cái căn môn cụ thể, và như vậy thì nó làm cái chức năng khai mở cái lộ tương ứng. Và cái loại thứ ba chính là cái xác định tâm. Xác định tâm thì nó là như là một cái bàn đạp để cho ờ, một cái bàn đạp để cho tâm thiện hoặc là tâm bất thiện sinh khởi. Thì đấy là cái loại thứ ba mà thường gọi là vi thị. Javana Patipatika Manasikara. Loại thứ hai thì gọi là vi thị Patipatika Manasikara. Vi thị tức là nó là sự chuẩn bị cho lộ trình, vi thị là lộ trình. Thế còn Javana là sự chuẩn bị, là cái bàn đạp cho các tâm thiện hay bất thiện.
Well, it's actually they are all Chetasika.
Gì nữa?
They all refer to the same Manasikara, but when it come accompanied with different type of chitta, it will have a different name, isn't it?
Yes, they're all referring to Manasikara, but the first one is referring to any Manasikara, and the second one referring particularly to the Manasikara accompanying the first chitta of the sense door process, and the third one referring to the Manasikara accompanying the chitta that arises before kusala and akusala chittas. Hence, it's referred to as Javana Patipadika Manasikara.
Now we learn about just one reality at a time. Now we are talking about a reality, a cetasika, which performs the function of manasikara, attending to the object. It arises with each citta. That's why citta is the chief of experience, the object, and the attention, attend to the object, which citta experience clearly, but its function is just to attend to the characteristic, the aramana of that which citta experienced. So manasikara, cetasika arises with each citta because it attains to what citta experience, because it also experiences that object by way of attending, not feeling, not remembering. That's why it's a cetasika, arises with each citta. But there are so many different cittas. The citta which does not experience the objects through the sixth way at all. But even so, manasikara has to attend to the object no matter what citta is there. But at moment, the object impinge on the base, like the eye base or the ear base, it conditions the citta arises to be the first Viti citta, not Bhavanka as before. Because no matter when Bhavanka citta cannot experience the object to the six doorways at all. But at moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, these moments are different from moment of Bhavanka. And there must be the reality which experiences the object, which impinge, for example, on the eye base. Because there is the eye and there is the kamma, which condition the seeing to see pleasant or unpleasant object. it's time for karma to condition its vipaka to experience the present or unpleasant object which is seen or heard and so on, the five ways. So at that very moment, the citta experience the object which impinge on the eye base, and manasikara cetasika attend to that object, different from the moment when it attends to the moment of bhavanka. That's why it is viti patipataka manasikara. It begins to attend to the object be viti citta, experience that which impinge on the eye base, until the moment after seeing. There must be the moment of attached kusala or akusala citta arising, even while the object which is seen hasn't fallen away yet. But karma condition just seeing sampatichana and santirana, no more. Just to experience the object, receiving, experiencing after seeing, and know what is there. As soon as it has fallen away, it conditioned what has been accumulated to experience that object with attachment or aversion or what kind of citta is there. But there must be the citta, the Votapara citta, which when it's not the five ways, it performs the function of attending to the object through the mind or the first mind process. But at moment of the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, it's not just seeing and hearing and no more. There must be the moment of that which has been accumulated, ready to experience that object with attachment by the anusya, kama, nusya, and so on, which does not arise but conditioned right then after that which experience the object, make it to be aware of what kind of citta, kusala or akusala. And that is chavana, patipataka, manasikara, because it experienced the object 70 times. See, attention is different when it's not yet viti patipataka manasikara. It experienced the unknown object, which is the object of bhavanka, not the object of the six ways at all. But as soon as it's the beginning of experience that which impinge on the eye base, the manasikara change from attending to the object of bhavanka to be attending to the object which is there impinge on the basis of the five way. So it is viti patipataka manasikara, beginning to change the function from bhavanka to be vitijita, experience that which is there, impinge on the basis. So that is the beginning to experience the object. So the manasikara there attend to the object which is there, not as the object of bhavanka anymore. So it has to be the first viti citta which experience the object, which is the rupa, hasn't fallen away yet. So there are moments of vipaka conditioned by karma, which condition is proper vipaka to be kusala vipaka or akusala vipaka by conditions. And what about the manasikara, which arises with the chavana citta? Aramana patipataka manasikara, because its function is always manasikara, attend to the object, but different object. When it's viti patipataka manasikara, and when it is chavana patipataka manasikara, by different kinds of chavana, kusala, lopa, or akusala lopa, dosa or moha, on and on and on. Just talk about the way it is at different moment of no experiencing of the object of the sixth way at all, and the moment when it's there, different from attending to the object, which is the object of bhavanga. That's why there is aramana patipataka, there is aramana patipataka manasikara, because it has to attend to the object. But when it attends to the object of the Panchatavaravacha, it is Viti Patipataka Manasikara. And before Savana, it arises with Votapanachitta or Manasikara, make way for the Kusla or Akusla, which is ready to arise, and Manasikara attend, no matter what, to the object. So moments of Javana, it is Javana, it is Aramana, Patipataka, Manasikara. Just shows the difference between the Vitichitta and no, and not Vitichitta. But Manasikara arises with each moment, even right now. So study Dhamma is study what is there in life, hidden, arising and falling away, unknowingly, until learn about it, not anyone who has kusla or akusla, but there must be conditions. At what moment? From moment of pawanka to moment of experiencing what is the seen, heard, and so on. No one. By conditions. Just learn to understand the truth, which is there as Dhamma. Dhamma is Dhamma. No one can make it arise, but it is conditioned to arise. Is there any doubt?
The word patipatika, Ajahn, can you explain the meaning of that word patipatika?
We can ask anyone who studied Bali, because they study grammar, Bali grammar too. What is the root and how come to be such word? Like Kun Sundra or Kun Abada or Kun Jonathan, please.
Sorry, definitely not me. Can't help it.
No, not me. We can look it up though, Tanajan. I'm sorry. Pati, padika. So obviously it means something to do with possessed. The word ikra at the end means possessed of. Pada is the path or a foot. And
foot,
pati,
the foot here.
something to do with connecting the foot. Though we can check it and I can let you know later on. I don't know clearly now at the moment.
That's why we have to understand what is meant by the foot too. Otherwise, it's just the meaning of it. But what is the foot? See? Not
So it's
just
in this, like the Viti Padika. So it's the foot of the Viti cheetahs that follow. So it's like what comes first, the foot comes first. So it is the start of those Viti cheetahs. So this is why it is the Viti Padika.
That is the understanding of the word. Otherwise, if we just say the foot without considering at all, how can that be known? It's the foot because it's the first. We teach it that.
And the Javana Padika, it's the foot of the kusala or akusala cheetahs that follows. Without a foot, no kusala or akusala cheetahs can follow, just as when walking without the foot being placed first, the rest of the body cannot follow forward. So it's like the leader of the Viticittas that follow, the start of the Viticittas that follow after that first citta with manasikara.
So without the foot, the Javana cannot come out. Just step forward.
The Javana cittas cannot follow without the foot. Yes. And the aramana manasikara, because it is the manasikara that accompanies every citta experiencing the object. So it's not a foot. So only the other ones are the foot of the Viticittas and the foot for the kusala or akusala cittas to follow.
Another way we can say it's the beginning of Viticcitta and it's the beginning of Javana.
Right, the
Period.
start of the process and the condition for the kusala or akusala cittas to follow.
So we talk about the Viti Patipatika Manasikara and Javana Patipatika Manasikara and no Aramana Patipatika Manasikara. Like in the case of Aramana, there's no Patipatika.
It's there already, no need to talk about it at all. It's there performing its function. But what moment is the first of the process or the beginning of Javana?
Because when it's the aramana, it's at every moment. So it's not especially a foot or a start or a beginning. It's every moment. But the manasikara with the Panchadwara Vajana cittas, it is the start or the condition for the rest of the Viticittas to follow. And the Javana Patipadika, it is the condition for the kusala or akusala cittas to follow. Without that, citta with manasikara, kusala and akusala couldn't follow on.
And
so, for example, in the mind door, it's just emphasizing that without attending to the object through the mind door, there couldn't be any kusala or akusala cittas experiencing that object. And the same with the sense doors, without the citta arising with the manasikara attending to the object that's impinged on the sense space, the following cittas in that sense door process couldn't arise. Sorry, Ajahn, you were going to say something more.
now, is it clear now? Just one Cetasika performing the function of attending to the object. Different by way of Viticcitta, or whether it's moment of kusala or akusala, or kriya citta for arhata. It's just like stepping stone.
And by anantara and samanantara paccaya, the next citta in the process has to follow. So without that citta, the following one couldn't be there. So it's really just a way to indicate, to help understand manasikara as an important cetasika arising by conditions and conditioning other cittas and cetasikas that follow it as well.
And understand,
So when, yes.
and understand anothernness, see?
Yes. So when, for example, last week there was discussion, the common idea about someone doing manasikara or something, well, understanding more about the details about Manasikara and the three kinds helps us to understand it is anatta. No one can do Manasikara. No one can make Yoniso Manasikara arise. Each Manasikara has to arise by its particular conditions at each moment in life.
Like when talking about the 4 kinds of right efforts, it mentions, for example, preventing unreason akusala from arising. No one can prevent something from that has not arisen. So it's just a way of referring to the function of the virya which arises with understanding.
Like at this moment, at a moment of understanding, no conditions for akusala to arise at this moment. So in this way, when kusala arises, including understanding, no akusala can arise. So the virya, the moment of understanding, prevents unarisen akusala from arising. But it's all just in a moment, all by conditions, not by anyone doing anything. And it's a condition for the understanding now, is a condition for more kusala to arise in future, more understanding. The virya at this moment is a condition for more wholesome virya, more kusala.
No other way to understand about that correctly. If people think that it is someone is doing something, then it's wrong.
If there is no understanding of the truth now, as Ajahn mentioned when we were first talking about paticca samuppada, if there's no understanding of what appears now, no matter whether speaking or listening or reading or writing, then whatever is read, whatever is heard will be wrongly understood. So it all comes back to the understanding of Dhamma now.
Yes, the difficulty, Thamba, is that no matter how long you look at those words, they always seem to suggest the doing of an act. It's only when one has a broader knowledge and understanding of different parts of the teaching that one is able to understand that particular passage in the light of one's understanding of the teaching generally. So that's the problem there.
No matter we are talking about by way of paticca or by way of vata, the circle of birth and death, kilesa vata, kama vata, vipaka vata is now with manasikara too. Any word just can be explained, can be considered by way of what ayatana and dhatu and so on, because they are real. Nobody can change the truth of it at all. It is not that just talking about paticca samuppada. And what about just now, manasikara? Isn't it kilesa? Condition vipaka, seeing, hearing, and so on. Kilesa condition kamma, and kamma condition vipaka. Vipaka condition kilesa right now. So seeing what kind of sangsarvata? Vipaka. Conditioned by kamma, and kamma conditioned by kilesa. See, on and on and on. All are dhammas until each one appears as dhamma, as we have learned. Higher degree of understanding, directly experience it. just one characteristic at a time. Otherwise, why we do talk about seeing right now, if it's not for realization, the truth of it? To let go ignorance. Even such words, let go ignorance of seeing.
So, Ajahn, in the Paticca Samuppada, it mentions about tanha and upadana and then bhava, but it can be understood that not only akusala karma, but also kusala karma are part of that Paticca Samuppada, and it also keeps on in the rebirth, in the circle of rebirth, right? Although they are not mentioned.
Depending on what we are talking about, by way of Paticca Samuppada, by way of Dhatu, is Dhatu not Paticca Samuppada? Is Paticca Samuppada not Dhatu? Seeing in Paticca Samuppada, is it Ayatana? Ariya Satya? See, the truth is the truth. And the truth cannot be anyone at all. Dhamma is Dhamma. That's why we learn a little more and a little more to understand the Dhamma, the way it is.
Ajahn, about the Patipadika, could be that Patipada like in the meaning of like path.
Umberto, sorry, Umberto, can you speak a little louder because we can't not hear very well.
All right. I was thinking about Patipadika, coming from the word Patipada, which is used for the meaning like the path, like the Majjhima Patipada. And I think it could mean that it's the manasikara which brings the chitta to the path, to the object, or something like that. Yes, I couldn't find it on the text, but could be. But I found it the meaning of Patipada, as in Patipadika, as deriving from Patipada, which is a very common word meaning the path, meaning like in Majjhima Patipada, meaning the middle path. So it could mean that it's the attending, bringing the chitta to the attending to the object of the javana, or as Ajahn explained, I mean it's just the way to like an image to explain the function of manasikara in different moments, as Ajahn explained. And I remember also Ajahn explaining I never heard these details which she explained this today. And when it's the when the chitta is falling away, seeing chitta is falling away, the anusaya are conditioning the Javana Patipadika Manasikara. I never heard this detail. It's really, really deep, really so true. Kopkum Kapajan, thank you very much, so much.
Just the word pata, how many meanings of it? Pata.
Yeah, could mean both the foot or the path, which is being which is
Albert, yeah. But Alberto, in
yes.
this context, I remember the commentary definitely says it's referring to the foot, not the path.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't find it.
Without the foot, can there be any step?
No,
So
no,
can
we
it
need it.
be pati is properly,
Oh
not
yeah,
the other
that's
citta can arise because it's the proper citta which condition the vidhi citta to go on, to walk on.
yeah.
So it's the beginning or the foot or the stepping stone or what is there arise before the other.
Right, like in yeah.
Nothing to do with the path here, because no matter whether any understanding or not any understanding, this particular Manisikara is the foot for the other Viti-citas or for the Kusala or Akusala citas.
But also in the commentaries, there are also different explanation for one word. So maybe it can be both. I don't know.
But if you read in the commentaries about the three kinds of Manisikara, then it makes it clear it's referring to the foot in this context.
Right.
Like you can find it in Atasalani or other commentaries, yes.
Kapunka.
So it means without it, the next citta cannot arise to be vidhi citta. No matter what you say, the foot or not. But it is the proper citta, the only citta which arises, the first vidhi citta, for the other to go on arising. Otherwise, how can seeing arise? How can seeing arise without the citta before it, which attend to the object, the first vidhi citta, the beginning or the first or whatever? If we just think about the shape of foot or what we take for foot, we have to consider the nature of it. It's that particular citta which is the beginning of the vidhi citta after it.
Has to be that particular chitta. That's why different names for different moments of chitta, different manasikara, different names for manasikara. Yeah.
And it's pointing out that without the Manisikara attending to the object, for example, the visible object, that citta couldn't arise. The first citta in the process couldn't arise, and the other cittas that follow couldn't arise. So it plays its role of attending to the object at every moment. And here it's particularly pointing out how it attends with that to the object with the first citta. So it is the foot,
So
the step.
the meaning in explained by AI, I think also similar, right? Because it but it follows in the succession or order. So it has to be followed by the next chitta.
Right, that's why I mentioned it's by Anantara Sama and Samanantara Achya. The following chitta has to follow. So it's just indicating it's the first chitta that has to arise in order for the other chittas to follow. And the Manasikara attends to that object for the other chittas. And the same with the Javana Patipadika. It's the same. It has to attend to the object, the first object appearing through the mind door for the Kusala and Akusala chittas that follow. And it's now, it's this very moment, the different chittas arising by conditions, the Manasikara tending to its object at each moment. In the end, it's not about the word or the detail or the pronunciation. It's about the understanding of what appears right now. Seeing, Manasikara, whatever arises by conditions. The point is just understanding the truth of what is now, that's all. Nothing else is important. The terms, the details, the labels will all be forgotten.
Tâm dịch nhất Hải bị ao. Okay, yes, many details, very detailed discussion today.
I appreciate the patience of newcomers because there are a lot of details, but it's actually all just for understanding a little bit more about life now, different realities arising and falling away. No one here, no one that can control them. That's all. That's the point of discussing a little more detail.
Yeah, even though we hear that, many times, but sometimes just like, okay, we've heard it before, but sometimes it really clicks. Like, oh, okay, yes, right. It's just about Dhammas.
Just to show no one can do anything, no one can control what is experienced, no one can stop seeing arising or pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling now, because each reality arises by the particular conditions.
Xuân Lan có định nói gì không chị Xuân Lan? Mời chị. Em thấy chị để bật mic, không biết chị định nói gì không?
Không nghe, chị nghe thôi.
Okay, so I think we can finish our discussion today. We still have one more discussion next week, right? But the following week, we don't have the discussion. Okay,
Yes,
thank
we'll
you
see
so
all
much.
next week, yes.
So much, Achan.
Yeah, thank you.